Hey guys, Mike with Gettin Greasy Garage, back here on the Fairlane working on floor pans, and as you can see I got the floor braces are now in primer. So yesterday's video that I posted last night, had ground everything down, got rid of all the old metal and spot welds, and had sprayed them with this, which I purchased. I'm not affiliated with these guys, but I do like this product. Anyway, that dried overnight. I then took, as you can see, just a Scotch-Brite pad, and I went over the parts of the floor braces that I'm going to need to weld to, put spot welds on. That rust sealer is not weld through, so it's easier just to knock it off now. It kills, in the pores and stuff, it kills the rust. So I polished off the top of these rails with Rolock, and then I just sprayed some of this, come on here, weld through primer over it and over the whole things. As you can see, I've got it up here as well, and anywhere I'm going to weld to. Now, as far as this panel here, I want to get the floor pans in, that way the rocker doesn't decide to drop down any. That's, it's all tied together. And if I peel off this outer or this top layer of this rocker, I don't want to have any issues with the body moving around, so I'll come back to it. But got the weld through primer on so that once I lay my floor pan on, which I'll have holes drilled in everywhere I need to, I'll be able to weld right to it, no problem. And then everything is rust protected. I'm doing spot welds, so I really don't have to worry too much about the primer burning off other than right where I'm welding it. Biggest thing is I get this primer finished up, and I just saturate it good. That way, this will never be seen again, or at least in the next 50 years. So I just want everything sealed up good. I'll let this dry, and the next step is put the floor pan on. I'll throw some screws in it to draw it down, and then we'll go underneath, and I need to trace out all of these cross members, make some marks where the screws will be. Like this section here is a low spot, so it doesn't get welded here, but right here and here all the way up it'll have spot welds. The back one is the same way, it'll be spot welded all the way across, and the same up here with this one. And then just the front edge of this body mount brace gets spot welded. So once this is dry, we'll come back and lay the floor pan down, throw some screws in it so it's nice and tight and where it needs to be. And then I lay underneath the car and I trace out around all these floor braces, and then I'll trace along that side edge just to give me an idea how far I'm overlapping. I may go ahead and trim the floor pan so that I don't have to weld so far up into the transmission tunnel, because at least from here to there, more into there, I've got good metal, and then from basically right here forward is pretty pitted, pretty rough. So anyway, we'll let this dry, and I'll bring you guys back and show you the next step. Alright guys, well I told you I'd bring you back when paint was dry on the body braces, or floor braces. Anyway, I went ahead and got this panel screwed down just a couple places. One over there, one over here. It's a little bit high here, but that's okay. It's pretty well this down on the floor braces. It's not going to move much. From that, I mean, that's pretty well where it'll be if it was welded in. Back here, I will have to get the hammer and dolly out and work that corner a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Again, cheap floor pans. The cheaper the floor pan, the more work you do somewhere else. None of it's free. That's why, and I keep saying this and keep saying it. Buy the best replacement sheet metal parts that you can. I don't care if it's a fender, a hood, a floor pan, a patch panel. Buy the best ones that you can afford. Best ones that you can buy. Save the money up. Buy the best ones, because, you know, these poor quality panels end up making a lot more work. But, you know, this is just one of those times. This is one of those kind of cars that there is no other option. I mean, you could probably, the odds of finding good original floors in another car, I could probably have a better chance of flying to the moon. So, anyway, I am going to move down underneath and show you guys what we're going to do under there. Alright guys, so here we are underneath. I know it's not very good lighting, but I'm just trying to show you guys, if you're looking at doing this for yourself, what you're facing. Not really doing it step by step, but I've had some people ask, and you know, you watch other videos, and of course they show you the easy side, but they don't show you the tough side. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to, on this edge, I just want to know how far into the new panel this is. So I took brake clean and wiped the back side of this down before I screwed it in. So I can just trace it with a Sharpie. Yeah, I mean, see that little bit of a gap right there. A little bit of hammer and dolly, and I'll bring the floor pan down to it. Okay, let's get this traced out. I know this is kind of not really video-worthy stuff as such, but if you're trying to learn how to do this, it can be. So, as I was talking about from above, you have a gap here. So the panel sits down on the brace up to this point, and then it dips down, as you can see. So, just want to show you guys that. Now, there's a lot of old undercoating under here, and some of it's good, some of it's bad, but once the floor pans are in, I'll come back under, scrape it, and then recoat everything. So, anyway. Alright guys, well, it's a little harder to record under here than I thought. So, here's the body mount up above that I cut out because it's easier to weld that way. So I got to mark this out. Mark as much as this as I can, like this side. You can only see a little bit. I'll put a mark there, and then I'll connect it to this side by using a ruler once the panel's back out. So I hope this kind of shows you the process here. I'm not worried about marking this edge because I already know where it's going based on this rocker sill. So I'll go ahead and get this marked out, and we'll pull it out, take it out, and flip it upside down and have a look-see, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Alright guys, well, here's our road map that we traced out from underneath. And you can see you got a few places to connect things up. This comes all the way across to here. This is that front body mount. So this is how far you can see we're hanging over. So that just gives me a good reference. You can see here, so we know this is the low spot where there's no spot welding going on, and we're gonna have to do a little cutting. Which one is it? Oh, let's see. Yeah, it's this one here. We have to cut around here, but all in all, it came out. So what I'll do now is I'll complete my lines using my straight edge and my marker, and then I'll come back through and I'll drill using a unibit the holes for the spot welds. So that'll probably be it for today. Is just getting this thing ready to lay in and start putting in. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope there's something here that will help you in your rust repair endeavors. Any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. As always, I do my best to try to answer questions. I am no professional at this, but I have some experience. If you're really wanting to get better information, there's several people like Fitzy Fabrication. I like his videos the best. He's very descriptive, takes time to explain things. Make It Custom. He explains things pretty well. And anyway, that's about enough out of me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll get the algorithms get happy. I'm able to do better videos. So, alright guys, I'm out of here. Gonna go ahead and finish this up, call it a day. It's probably about 5 o'clock. And so we'll see you in the next one. Stay greasy, my friends.